Create modern buildings in a quick and easy way, just using iClone standard tools. With the modules provided by this pack, and iClone standard tools, you can build unlimited modern structures in a very simple and intuitive way, like if you were playing with a child construction set. Like in the classic modular building construction pack, this pack also provides a huge number of modules, divided in 4 mesh styles, with 3 material variations each one, allowing you to create a big variety of buildings, from residential apartments to modern office buildings, always using optimized meshes and customizable realistic PBR materials like marble, concrete, glass, bricks and plaster. All the modules are 3 meters wide too, and they are also divided in 3 categories. The GF modules, usually used in the ground floor, that are 4 meters high. The MF modules, intended to be for the middle floors, being 3 meters high. And the TF modules, designed to be the top floor, having different heights depending on the style. Like in the previous classic modular construction pack, this pack also supplies additional elements like columns, corners, terraces, arches or balconies, allowing you to create a huge number of building variations. First of all, we have to open the Preferences tab, and scroll to the Snap section. Activate the Snap feature in increment mode. Be sure the Move and Angle checkboxes are checked, setting the move to 50 centimeters, and the angle to 45 degrees. Now, you can start adding GF modules from the Smart Gallery, or duplicating them by pressing the Control key, while moving or rotating existing modules on the scene. As the Snap feature is activated, connecting the modules becomes a task extremely easy and fast. Once the ground floor is finished, select all the modules in the Scene Manager except the first one, and attach them to it. Then, use the Auto Link Texture tool, to link all their texture maps. This process is important, as it releases a lot of graphic memory. Now we can start the same procedure for the first floor, usually using the MF modules. Although you could use the GF modules too, if you want to make higher middle floors. Again, once the floor is completed, select all the MF modules except the first one. Attach them to it. And link the texture maps. If the next floors are going to be identical to the first one, you can use the multi-duplicate tool of iClone. Set the X and Y fields to 0 and the Z field to 700. And choose how many floors you want for your building. They will be created, and their materials automatically linked. Finally, you can use the TF modules, to finish the top perimeter of the building. Remember that pressing the keys, Ctrl and L, you can bring the selected object to the same position of another object in the scene. This is very convenient, because it allows you to keep working in one area of the scene, without needing to go to the zero out position, to get the new module. To complete the building, let's fill the terrace floor, and add some access modules to the terrace. Now, we can attach all the middle and top floors to the ground one, and perform a last material auto link. If you plan to use the building in night scenes, with some of the windows glowing, select the first window that you decide will be illuminated. In the material editor, select the material called glass. Use the Make Unique tool, to unlink this material from the rest. Select the glow map, and increase the strength slider, until you get the desired illumination in the window. Press the B key, to select the eyedropper tool, and pick in this illuminated glass. Now, use the bucket to copy this material in the windows you will want illuminated. When done, restore the strength slider to 0, and all the illuminated windows will return to their original aspect. To illuminate again the windows, select any of the windows with illumination, and increase the strength slider of its glow map. As all those windows have the same instanced material, all of them will start glowing simultaneously. At this point, it is highly recommended to save the building, with all its subprops still editable. Now, we can select the building and merge its subprops. This operation simplifies iClone's management of the building, improving its performance, but it's not reversible. That's why it is recommendable to store always a version of the building previous to the merge operation. For example, if you plan to open some doors during the animation, get the non-merged model. Then select and detach the doors you want to open from the main building. Merge again the subprops of the model, and reattach the doors to the main building. Now you have a parent object with the mobile doors attached to it. Notice that the boundary boxes of the doors are yellow, meaning they are animatable, while the building itself has the boundary box blue, meaning this is a static object that doesn't generate auto animation keys. Now, we can create animation keys for the doors in the timeline. The number of variations on the buildings that you can create using these modules is virtually endless. But in addition, you also can change the colors of the materials, adding more possible variations. To do so, select the material to change with the eyedropper, and after selecting the base color map, use the Adjust Color tool to change its aspect. As the materials are linked, all the building walls change their color simultaneously, with this one single operation. You can do the same, to change the windows for example. Select the material with the eyedropper, and edit the color base to modify the original style. In addition, the UV maps of the modules are prepared to receive any seamless image. Simply drag and drop the images over the appropriate maps, and they will be automatically applied to the selected material. If we don't have roughness and metallic maps, we can just edit the current ones. Keep editing all the maps until you get the desired aspect. You can repeat the process, selecting the Windows frame for example. First, unlink all the maps for this texture, and then drag and drop a new texture image. If we want a polished material, we can just delete the normal map. Then, we can edit the rest of maps, until we get the texture that we want. Now, let's select the cornice with the eyedropper, and use some new texture images on it. Again, we unlink all the maps, and then, we proceed to edit them. We can also edit the UV settings of the element, changing their tiling and offsets, in order to accommodate specific areas of the image to the mesh. Notice we can do all this editing very easily. Not requiring additional apps, and without special skills about UV maps, you can create brand new styles, just using texture images, and the standard iClone material tools. Once we get the desired new style, we must link the material maps, to save resources. Now, the materials are ready to be applied into other modules. To do that, we select the module we have modified, and using the eyedropper and the bucket, we transfer the new materials to the modules we want to use. You can save these modules with new styles in your custom folders. You can use the new AI tools to create seamless textures of any material, and apply them to the modules, creating a private library of styles as big as you want. The ground floors have an attached mesh with a material called interior. We can replace these interior images, also dropping new images in their base color map. This is an easy way to simulate interiors, especially if the camera of the project is going to be far of the building ground floor. But also, we can reduce the opacity of the interior material, making it transparent, and use other elements to simulate the interior of the building, like panoramic interior images that can span several modules, or even 3D environments when necessary. Also, if you have our previous modular building construction pack, keep in mind that you can transfer their textures to the modern modules, using the eyedropper and the bucket, in order to create new customized styles. Using this pack in combination with our other modular construction packs, you can mix classic and modern buildings, streets and sidewalks, as well as tons of accessories to build complete urban environments for iClone. Thanks for watching. We hope you have found this video and its content interesting.